Hello, everybody. Welcome to Spoken Word Sunday with Granddaddy G. I'm Glenn Granddaddy G. Bruno. This is episode number 37 on April 21st, 2019, Easter Day. So I want to wish a happy Easter to everybody there. Hope it's a blessed day. And I'm going to read a poem called At Easter Time by Laura E. Richards. At Easter Time. The little flowers came through the ground. At Easter time, at Easter time, they raised their heads and looked around. At happy Easter time. And every pretty bud did say, "Good people, bless this holy day. For Christ is risen," the angels say, at happy Easter time. The pure white lily raised its cup. At Easter time, at Easter time. The crocus to the sky looked up. At happy Easter time. We'll hear the song of heaven, they say. Its glory shines on us today. Oh, may it shine on us always at holy Easter time. 'Twas long and long and long ago, that Easter time, but still the pure white lilies blow at happy Easter time. And still each little flower doth say, "Good Christians, bless this holy day. For Christ is risen," the angels say, at blessed Easter time. At Easter Time by Laura E. Richards. It's from this book called Poems of Worth, which is copyright 1921. And the interesting thing about this book is it's a textbook on teaching students spoken word, basically. They call it oral expression. Oral expression is the science and art of expression by voice, speech, and action. As a science, it treats of the elements or principles underlying all expression. As an art, it embodies the correct use of these principles. That's a nice little definition of what we today know as spoken word. It's got breathing exercises and different drills for the development of vocal energy and narration and all kind of interesting things. So I want to thank my sister for sharing this book with me. I would like to continue with National Poetry Month by paying tribute to one of my very favorite poets, Emily Dickinson. Emily Dickinson was an American poet that was born in Amherst, Massachusetts, December 10th, 1830, and died May 15th, 1886, the age of 56. And the thing I love about Emily Dickinson is how unique of an individual she was, especially for the mid-1800s. It's said that she was gay. It's also said that she wore white, the color white clothing, every day. For no particular reason other than she just wanted to wear white every day. She also, for years, never left her home and very rarely allowed people other than close family to visit her. So I kind of like the fact that she sounds like she was the first bohemian artist chick of the 1800s. And she probably fit right in today, but in those days, I'm sure that she was really considered to be a misfit. Here's a couple of quotes for her that are attributed to her. "Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tunes without the words and never stops at all." Now, I like this one. It kind of reminds me of myself and how she never would leave her home. "The soul selects her own society, then shuts the door to her divine majority, present no more." Third quote, "Tell the truth, but tell it slant." The other thing about Emily Dickinson's poems, if you ever see them written, she would write her poems with a pen. She would capitalize letters of words that aren't normally capitalized. She would use numbers like the number 2 instead of TOO. Different things she was artistic in the way she would write the poem, and I'm sure that the capitalization and all and the varied ways that she would have her sentences had a lot to do with deciphering the meaning. Now, tomorrow, Monday, April 22nd, is Earth Day, to honor the earth, and I'm going to read an Emily Dickinson poem in honor of Earth Day called A Bird Came Down the Walk, 359. Emily Dickinson wrote 1,800 poems and numbered them because most of them weren't not published until after her death. A Bird Came Down the Walk by Emily Dickinson. A bird came down the walk. He did not know I saw. He bit an angleworm in halves and ate the fellow raw. And then he drank a dew from a convenient grass, and then hopped sidewise to the wall to let a beetle pass. He glanced with rapid eyes that hurried all abroad. They looked like frightened beads, I thought. He stirred his velvet head like one in danger, cautious. I offered him a crumb, and he unrolled his feathers and rowed him softer home. Then oars divide the ocean, 2 silver for a seam, or butterflies off banks of noon leap plashless as they swim. Emily Dickinson. Plashless, like splashless without the S. Interesting, plashless. Another thing about Emily Dickinson, there's a movie with Molly Shannon playing Emily Dickinson coming out soon that will shed some light on her life. So look forward to seeing that. Now let me get back to my original poems. This is a poem that I wrote in honor of Easter weekend. This was actually written in honor of Good Friday. It's called Good Friday. Came up on my Facebook memories on Friday, April 18th, 2014 is when I wrote it. Thank God for Facebook, huh? In some cases, but this is called Good Friday. Good Friday, torture, death, and resurrection. Passover, the angel of death, the lesson. Rebirth requires sacrifice. The road is long. The cross is heavy. Roll away the stone. Jubilation. There is no end. Only new beginnings. Resurrect your dreams. Fulfill your destiny. Rise again. Receive the promise. Today is a Good Friday. Hey. And now I want to read my Earth Day poem. It's called Ecology. I know the earth is alive. I can feel her heartbeat underneath my feet, her pulse beneath my soles. Her breath comes up around my ear. Her cries I hear in the distance as the jackhammer grinds the asphalt coating like a dentist's drill upon her teeth. I have to go to the dentist soon, so I don't want to think about that. But just like Emily Dickinson noticed a bird on a walk, I noticed some machinery on a walk when I wrote this. The last poem I'm going to do is I'm going to call back to last week, Get Lit Rising from getlit.org, where a classic poem is suggested, and then the student will write a response poem and give their feelings in a poem that relates to the classic poem. So in last week's episode, I read a poem by Robert Frost, The Road Not Taken. And I mentioned how it reminded me of my life looking back. Could be last weekend was my birthday. So I wrote a poem. I just finished it this morning. It's a short poem. This is my response to The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost, as suggested by Get Lit Rising. Go to getlit.org and see the calendar of events, the information on the upcoming Poetry Slam, and a lot of good information. Buy the book. My poem is called My Road. The road I have been on has gone in a circle. I see the same things now I saw when I began. For so many years I ran with my eyes closed. When they finally opened, the faster I ran. I never could see the bend in the road like I can now farther up the hill. The trail has been created by my own footsteps. The path I am on has become quiet and still. I am not aware of the length of my journey. I have not counted minutes, hours, or miles. There has been no app keeping track of my progress. I have no idea how many teardrops or smiles. I know now I am right back where I started when I set out so very long ago. The road I have been on has gone in a circle. I can walk the same path again with what I now know. So that's a good thing. I'm glad it went that way. Well, thank you, everybody. Have a great week. Please share and like the videos and subscribe to the channel. And remember on Earth Day to honor the earth. And in memory of Easter, resurrect your dreams and love one another. See you next Sunday. Bye.